Look, at my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News 46 is also brought to you by Integrity Home Health Care, caring for the Pahrump community for over 3 years. Call 775-751-5100 for your home health care needs. We are here to care for you.
Tonight on News 46, thank you for your service. Veterans are honored throughout the town. Congressman Stephen Horsburgh speaks at the town annex, and a family loses their home to a fire. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Jason Koblenz. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, November 12th, 2013. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Hope everyone had a great Veterans Day. Today is 11/12/13, a day that many people have slated for their wedding day. Many couples have flocked to Las Vegas to tie the knot. Vegas has reported a huge increase in weddings performed throughout the day. It sure makes it easier to remember your anniversary. And the VFW Post on Homestead Road held their annual Veterans Day service yesterday on the 11th month, the 11th day, and the 11th hour.
On this day, Veterans Day, we are commemorating the services of all veterans of all wars.
In wagering war, we have moved forward with a unity of purpose, which made us strong, forgetting pettiness, egotism, and pride. Our hearts beat in tune with those of our nations fighting for freedom and the dignity and opportunity of mankind.
Let us honor those men who carry into ordinary affairs of life a noble idealism and a sincere capacity for self-devotion. Let us translate the devotion of war into a devotion of peace. Let us will to live as well as die for our country.
We face a different breed of enemy today. Terrorism, enemies with weapons of mass destruction. We cannot let fear prevail. We must and will survive.
In time of peace, we use the embodying virtues of war and put behind us its ugliness and suffering. In peace, we shall go forward together to scale new heights and achieve in the unity of purpose.
On behalf of the DAV and all of the veterans today, I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you for your service, and just thank you for your service.
Recently, I went to a 49th year reunion of my class, and I think I'm the only one who was in the military. So I was very proud to represent the United States Air Force, and I'm also extremely proud to be a member of the VFW. Thank you all.
In closing, in the time of peace, we can use the ennobling virtues of war and put behind us the ugliness and suffering. In peace we shall go forward together to scale new heights of achievement in unity of purpose, in sacrifice for the common good, in tolerance for those of different faiths and creeds, in bravery to fight for social and economic gains. And in the discipline of good citizenship, we shall move forward in the sight of God as a strong nation in a peaceful world.
And the first annual Women's Veterans Recognition Day was held at the Veterans Memorial in the Chief Tacoma Cemetery Saturday morning. There was hardly a dry eye in the house, with moving speeches from Pahrump Town Manager Susan Holacek, female veterans, and current female service personnel who spoke about the history of females in the military back as far as the 1700s, when women dressed as men to serve their country.
Oh, say to say thank you to these women who have paved the way with strength and courage seems nearly not enough. But we can always remember and pray for those who have served and continue to serve to preserve the gift of life and freedom. On behalf of the town of Pahrump, I thank all veterans, and particularly on today, thank you, each and every one of you are women veterans.
Department of Veteran Affairs launched a call center designed only to receive and respond to questions from women veterans, their families, and their caregivers. The history book tells us great stories about women warriors. Unfortunately, in modern times and in the history of this nation, the sacrifices and services of women have not been adequately recognized.
Ode to all veterans and to women in particular demands nothing less than full attention and action. So on this day and every day, I say to each woman veteran, thank you for your service, and I salute you. Thank you.
Our present speaker, United States Air Force Active Duty Master Sergeant Knight.
Esther McGowan Blake was the first woman in the United States Air Force. On July 8, 1948, she joined the first minute of the first hour of the first regular day duty was authorized for women.
United States Army.
Such a moving event. We'll be showing the Women's Veterans Recognition Day in its entirety this week. Their air dates are as follows. The 2-hour show will air on Prime TV, Channel 46.1 and Channel 41, and as well Cable 12 beginning tomorrow, Wednesday, November 13th from noon until 2 p.m. And on Friday, once again on November 15th from noon until 2, Saturday from 9 p.m. till 11 p.m., and Sunday 10 a.m. until noon. You can also order a copy of the Women's Veterans Recognition Day. If you want to do that, you can call us here at 727-9400, extension 204. After the break, Marty Salt discusses the use of drugs in the foods you eat.
What farmers feed their livestock could affect your health. Coming up in tonight's Prescription Health, the growing debate over antibiotics in your food.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Albertsons. You're in for something fresh.
Welcome back to News 46. Do you know what's in the meat in your freezer? Chances are there's a good dose of drugs. Commercial farmers feed antibiotics to animals, and it's sparking new legislation and prompting a growing debate. Is it creating health problems in humans? Marty Salt has the story.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
The chickens on Steve Masira's organic farm roam the pastures and peck away at feed that is free of chemicals and antibiotics.
You are what you eat. And if I'm eating meat that has been exposed to a lot of antibiotics, I did have concerns.
The FDA reports 80% of the antibiotics sold in the United States are used on livestock. Consumer groups and lawmakers worry that overuse in animals creates superbugs that are spreading to people.
What is that doing to me? And even more important, what is it doing to my family and my children?
One consumer advocacy group studied government data and found 69% of the pork chops and 81% of ground turkey sampled had antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Amesh Adalja says that bacteria shouldn't pose a threat to consumers as long as it's cooked safely.
Obviously, there's a risk if you're eating raw or undercooked meat, just like there is for other non-antibiotic resistant things that we've always talked about, like salmonella, for example.
Amesh Adalja is with the UPMC Center for Health Security in Pittsburgh. He calls the rise in antibiotic resistance a health emergency, but says in the U.S. the problem is not primarily fueled by animals, but overuse in humans.
The public begins to demand antibiotics for any cough, cold, or viral illness, irrespective of the fact that antibiotics have no effect on viruses.
Others, like Steve Macera, still say it's just as important to know what is and is not in your food.
Try and find the source of the products that you're buying and know that person and ask them, how are you raising your products?
Because what happens down on the farm may affect what happens at your dinner table. I'm Marty Salt reporting.
The Food and Drug Administration has asked commercial farms to voluntarily reduce the use of antibiotics in livestock. 2 pieces of federal legislation have been introduced this year that would ban the practice, but so far neither measure has come up for a vote. The U.S. Postal Service today dedicated the World War II Medal of Honor Forever stamps, paying tribute on Veterans Day and every day going forward to the 464 American veterans who received the nation's highest military honor for going above and beyond the call of duty during the Second World War. 2 structures burnt over the weekend. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a fully engulfed abandoned mobile home fire on the south end of town off Homestead and Lorelei early Saturday morning. The cause of fire appears to be suspicious in nature on that fire. The other occurred Sunday night off Marine Way and Lola Lane. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a fully engulfed structure fire on Sunday night off Marine Way and Lola Lane. Dispatch alerted the fire crews that the family appears to be fully exited from the structure before arrival. Nye County Sheriff's deputies blocked traffic around the fire, which attracted a lot of bystanders. Fire crews were able to get a hold on the fire, but the single-wide manufactured dwelling was a complete loss. No one was injured as a result of the fire and no extensions were reported. The fire appears to be accidental in nature and is still under investigation. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46. The hundreds of thousands of typhoon victims in the Philippines need help, and they need it now. 3 U.S. warships that are home ported in the Pacific are under orders to prepare to deploy in the next 48 hours. 250 U.S. service members are now in the Philippines, and they have delivered 107,000 pounds of relief supplies. The most crucial need right now is to provide shelter for the tens of thousands of displaced people, as well as food and water and sanitation. The president of the typhoon-ravaged Philippines said today that the death toll will probably be about 2,000 to 2,500 people, far lower than the earlier estimate of 10,000, a figure that he said might have been influenced by emotional drama. Authorities have identified a 52-year-old man who died during a hike on Veterans Day at Red Rock Canyon. Clark County Coroner's officials say a Las Vegas resident by the name of John Andrew Christensen died Monday afternoon. The cause of death hasn't been released. Las Vegas police say the man's son called around 2 p.m. asking for medical assistance in the Ice Box Canyon area. Officials say the man was dead by the time rescuers arrived. When we come back from this break, we'll join Stephen Horsford, who spoke at the town annex.